There are three major tobacco players in Australia until now. Cluster Syndicate will do all we can to hijack these companies' profits, which exceeds $1 billion per year. Tobacco is evil. These companies are evil. We will take their money and use it for good. UU will support the MUA and the CFMEU. We expect to allocate $20 million per year to this cause. Margot, named after Mark Binstead's future wife, actress Margot Robbie, smoking like Margot, will give 80% world hunger. Did you know the tobacco industry could solve world hunger single-handedly? Mark refers to these guys as wankers. Your rights will give 80% to fighting laws that impose on your rights, such as the lockout laws. It will also lobby for new laws aiming to bring financial equality through Australia. Not guilty will give 80%. Defend those is legal trouble. A lot of people, especially criminals, will clap at this. Mark Binstead has been in significant legal trouble, yet never served a day in prison. He believes if he was in and out of prison, there would have been no chance for rehabilitation. He now lives a pretty stable life with no offending. He even sold his car in case he would drink drive. And for those who hate all criminals or offenders and hate what this cause will support, don't. We are selling them cigarettes. We are killing them. The three majors make over $1 billion per year. If Cluster Syndicate's brands made $100 million per year, 80% of that will go to a trust invested in shares. That would be $80 million per year. In this trust, 50% of the dividends will be reinvested and 50% paid out to the causes. This will greatly increase the yearly dividends to the cause. Do some figures. In 2 years, $164,890,333.93. 5 years, $540,161,124.82. 10 years, $1,101,094,968.28, and 20 years, $2,618,388,377.43. $100 million per year is only expected for Australia. Mark will go global. The rich get richer. They avoid tax. GST is a load of rubbish. It makes everything more expensive. It affects those on lower income and not the wealthy. The tax laws should be reformed so the wealthy pay more tax. Mark has a bombshell for the Australian government. He can eliminate GST for sale of most goods. His way will cost the government over $20 billion per year. Our government losing $20 billion per year is bad for Australia. Mark is not trying to sabotage Australia. He just wants to give the government a push and reform. If Mark charged 10% of the GST tax for his services, he would make $2 billion per year. Mark does not want TIS money. He will put it in a trust. Call it Australia Rich Trust. Now a country isn't a company, yet a cash-rich company is better for its citizens. Mark also believes countries should not own companies and sell them off to the private sector. He agrees with this. He also thinks, though, that the Australian government should be a shareholder in many companies run by private organisations. This will have to be heavily regulated. Mark states that he is definitely not the one to draft this proposed legislation. If Australia had $1 trillion in shares with a small shareholding per company, it would cover the revenue of GST, making goods cheaper for all Australian citizens, so they would have more money.